I forgot to say that the right side of the river facing to the downstream is not Fuchu City but Inagi City, so I'm running in Inagi City now, and the hill is located in Inagi as well, though the title is Recommendable Cycling Road with a hill climb in Fuchu City. There is the first cross point after a short running, turning right, the hill climbing point is appearing. You can see a red triangle traffic signboard which says stop, which you should know if you come to Japan and drive a vehicle including a bicycle. Though I don't stop when I ride on a bicycle but just look back to check safety instead. Anyway, in the case of driving a vehicle, you should stop your vehicle at all because of severity by the police. Moreover, it would be much better to count 3 after you stop your vehicle to appeal to a police officer for your definite stopping. Especially, there are several weeks a year for enhanced safe driving in Japan. You have to face a severe safety crackdown during the week, then you should watch out for the crackdown. There are railroads over your head and there is a station on your left, which is located in the suburbs. It doesn't look like Tokyo. Actually, it could have been the next prefecture to Tokyo called Kanagawa, if history had been changed a little bit. When Tokyo was called Edo, the west area of Edo was up to Shinjuku, that is, Fuchu City in which I live now also is not included in Edo. As you can see, you could imagine with ease that there were woods and fields for vegetables decades ago. Here we are, the hill is going to appear over there. Only an up and down street continues from here up to the Tama River. However, I won't talk about the hill climbing much except 2 points but talk about other topics as usual. I don't think that the hill needs explanation, because seeing is an easier way to understand, right? Other topics, well, the concept of street view has not succeeded yet, but the way to make videos is so easy that I don't want to give up. Moreover, the concept will hold good for archives of remembering days long ago as a heritage of human beings. However, the bicycle I use now limits the area to be shot, so I'm thinking about using a motorbike. Yes, when I remarked about the motorbike, I criticized it because there are 4 categories of the motorbike license and those stand for the rights and interests of the bureaucracy of Japan. However, necessity forces me to submit. I am lazy to change gears of the motorbike for my age of 56-year-old, so I would buy a scooter which doesn't need to be changed the gears, if I bought one. It is absurd that the bigger a motorbike has an engine volume, the nearer or the worse the motorbike's fuel cost is than that of compact cars. Then, I should choose a motorbike under 250 cubic centimeters for fuel costs. My purpose for using the motorbike is shooting street views but enjoying myself to drive it. So, it would be better that I choose the bike under 250 cubic centimeters, of which fuel cost is estimated over 40 km/L. Therefore, I could shoot the street view in the whole of Japan. Now, I'm enjoying myself to see web catalogs, selecting Honda ADV 150 as one of the selections. But, I have to get a license of the crazy 4 categories for motorbikes first. Moreover, I'm fighting in court with my Laotian wife and another fight in court will begin, so I think that I should wait for the end of the fights. A plan is just a plan, you should go over hurdles in advance to realize the plan, that's a life, right? Another plan I have is to go to the Philippines as I have often said in my clips. It also is difficult even if the disaster of COVID-19 ended, because I have to attend my kid. I never think that I will hand the parent authority to my wife with whom I'm fighting in court because of my desire to go to the Philippines. Anyway, I could go to the Philippines for only a week, though I want to work there at an office which needs a Japanese speaker at around $2,000, which I wouldn't complain of such money for the living costs in the Philippines. Moreover, a life there could give me a chance to get a little money from YouTube, right? Actually, I got some money from YouTube in Savannakhay, Laos with videos which I shot about how to live there. The popular countries for retired life are catchier, then videos to report such countries could get more viewers as well. If I go to the Philippines, I will shoot street view first. Secondly, I will report bars at night, especially LA Cafe must be obliterated, G Point and Cafe Havana and so on. Those bars are famous as the places in which freelance ladies wait for customers. Of course you can go there to drink only without such purpose. I don't have such a purpose as I remarked in other clips. I don't want to become a nasty brother of the guys who use the same hole. Such a brother is called anecdote in Japanese. I wonder if David's synthesized voice can pronounce it correctly. My favorite is Cafe Havana since I watched clips on YouTube, because Latin music is performed in the bar and people to come there look joyous and happy. If I go there, I could become the most gloomy person. LA Cafe seems to be crowded every time as far as I see videos about the cafe on YouTube. However, most of the crowd seems to consist of the ladies, who make their faces impassive but moving their eyes to seek for guys looking to be nice as customers. G-Point looks better than LA Cafe for me because it is not crowded and any chairs are placed advantageously for seeing live stages. A Japanese reported the bar with his clip on his YouTube channel as G-Point is specialized for Westerners and the crowded ladies seeking for the Westerners. Then, even if a Japanese comes, the ladies don't pester him. That's a better point for me who won't seek for the ladies. Cafe Habana looks the better of the three in the light of my view, though I only saw a clip on a YouTube channel by a Japanese. According to the clip, there are few such ladies but not at all. Everybody looks to enjoy themselves drinking and listening to Latin music and dancing. However, the Japanese reporter was nudged in a clip by a not only old but also not young woman to go between a lady whom she showed in her smartphone and him, saying she gets 200 pesos as commission for an intermediate and the lady gets 2,000 pesos. I think that every bar allows such ladies or the intermediate woman to exist. A fraction of the ladies to guests depends upon each bar. You should choose a bar for what you want, of course. I would choose a bar for nice music and drinking without annoyance by nudging. Talking about hotels in Manila, the Philippines, of which rates seem more expensive than those in Bangkok, Thailand. The difference between the rates may mean over competition in Bangkok, and it has the history that Thailand has succeeded in the industry of tourism ahead of the Philippines. Anyway, I feel that the minimum rate in Manila is $20 to $10 in Bangkok. Then, those who want to stay in Manila seem to be apt to rent a condominium, of which cost one worthy of rental for foreigners around only $300 a month. Of course, if you want more luxury one, the upper class may be nothing to limit. Even if you stay in a cheaper hotel for a month, you should pay $600 a month, so, it had better to pay $300 to the condominium, right? As for me, if I could go there, I wouldn't care about staying in a hotel at $20, which may remind me of old days when I traveled around the world as a backpacker. Returning to the topic of hill climb, if you thought it was to end a little bit ahead and flattened your guts, you would have a hard time up to the top, because the top lies ahead more than you might expect. Such an illusionary point is to appear again ahead. Be careful. Returning to the topic of the Philippines, I came across a man who makes videos on his YouTube channel, whose one of videos was a report of a hotel. He asked a clerk to show a room to him, replaying 1 or 2 nights to her asking how many days are you staying. But, those who see his clip can see that he doesn't intend to stay but just wants to shoot the room inside. Of course the clerk looked to know his intention. Actually she showed her annoying face in his clip. I wonder why he can become so bold. For making money from YouTube? I think that those who can make videos over loud talking for oneself in public are so bold as well. I can't be so bold. As a matter of fact, what I do on making videos is just letting a GoPro mount on a bicycle to shoot street view. Talking is added after videoing. Yes, I made videos over talking in the days of Savannakay, Laos. But the time I talked toward a camcorder was when nobody existed near me. Whereas they can do it among crowds of people, that's why I can't get more subscribers and views, isn't that? Even if so, I can't. Although I advocated that you could make money with ease to make videos of street view in the country which is popular for retired people or tourists, because the people want to get information on the spot before they go. Indeed, I got money from my YouTube channel to make videos in such a way around 7 years ago, but now I must cancel the advocacy for increased competition on YouTube. Though I thought it was an ideal retired life that you made money to make videos on the daily usual life in the country in which you retire. But, you still have a chance to make money from YouTube without aggressive intention. If you let me say as I think, the way is that you should show your personality by talking and facing a camcorder. Yes, those are all I can't do because I let David speak in a synthesis voice instead of my poor pronunciation in English, and showing my face doesn't match the concept of street view and behind David. A Japanese living in Palawan Island, which is one of the islands in the Philippines, does a YouTube channel. Though it has been 18 months since he began his channel after he lost job, he has come to get about $2,000 a month from YouTube. His way to manage his channel is so simple that he talks to a camcorder about daily life there for around 10 minutes a clip and broadcasts live at regular intervals to communicate with his subscribers. Then, the contents of his broadcasting consist of saying hello Mr. So-and-so, replying to inquiries. That's all. However, he succeeded in the ideal of mine in advance. The hill climb may be continuing longer than you expected. It is harder than it looks for my age of 56 years. Since I started the series of Street View, I have kept talking in my clips more than I expected. Even if you criticized me for crap rumbling, I'm content with it. I want to get some topics from popular ones in Japan of the present day, but now all the topics are almost fulfilled with COVID-19. The Olympic Games also is one of topics planning to held in a month, but media criticize holding the games for caution of pandemic again. Moreover, the media, which is left-wing slant, want to knock administrative right-wing party sideways for the abortion of the games, of which attitude makes me annoyed and feel not to pick up the topic. I haven't been injected vaccine against the COVID-19 yet, but I got a coupon for free sent by Fuchu City for it. Maybe I will get an injection at the end of July, and the second injection of the vaccine is to be in the middle of August. I think that the disaster of COVID-19 will have been unspread after the Olympic Games ended. Then, the Philippines would open borders for foreign travelers, though I have no idea if I can go there on time. If I go to the Philippines, I make videos with GoPro suspended from my neck every time, spending the first 3 days to understand the overview of Manila. Of course, I use the jeepney for transportation. I stop at a hotel and move to another one every 2 days, of which the rate is wantable at $20 through $30 a night. The reason I moved to another hotel is because I can make more videos about reasonable hotels, that is to say, I can't dare to ask to see rooms without stopping. And, of course, I go to restaurants and bars every night to shoot inside for my YouTube channel as well. I never go to Japanese restaurants and KTV, karaoke lounges with ladies shows and services, because I understand that videos about stuff oriented toward Japanese taste abroad don't have any demand except that of Japanese. As you can see, there is a roof which is not against rain but golf balls. A golf course cuts across this road. Around here, the second point at which you could think that you came to the end of the climbing, but the hill climb has not ended yet. I fell into a trap of the illusion to lose my guts and let myself go up harder up to the top the first time I came here. But, as I said before, if you come here with a road bike and you are young, it is not so much a hill climb as a horizontal road. I got flat tires a lot of times in the front tire of my bicycle. I repaired it not to change a whole tube but to patch holes for myself every time. The number of repairs counted around 10 times. My Laotian wife, with whom I'm fighting in court to divorce, laughed at such an attitude of mine as penny pinching. However, I think it makes the tube stronger to patch the weak places than changing the tube into new one on which there must be a weak point that is easy to break. Through the experiences to repair it, I learned that deteriorated tire rubber lets the tube break higher. So, you should change a tire rubber the moment you see deteriorated place on the rubber or almost nothing ditch in the rubber. I have a problem that the brake pads of the front have been ground down and I must change them. Then I searched for them on an EC and the brake pads looked like my need appeared. But the notice asks which is your wheel made from steel or aluminum. I don't know it and I don't know how to know about it as well. I searched for the answer on the website of Bridgestone Cycle to enter the name of my bicycle, but information didn't appear. Maybe because of an old item that expired the warranty of the maker. My bicycle was given by my mother, who was given it by her friend, who wanted to change it into a new one because she had used it for a long time. Then, I think it has been not less than 10 years since my bicycle was produced. The reason I don't get a new bicycle is so simple that I have a plan to move abroad again on occasion as soon as I can. The same reason holds good for a vehicle or motorbike and so on I don't get. I want myself to be footloose. I lied. Frankly speaking, I don't have money.